Good morning, everyone. Sri Lankan Sammy. Welcome back to Sri Lanka. Let me tell you, living life here in Sri Lanka. I am Sri Lankan Sammy. I am a Canadian Sri Lankan citizen living the semi retired life here in beautiful, sunny, hot Sri Lanka. Let me tell you, I'm back from Cebu, but I have some huge news, and I'm going to talk today about news. I'm going to talk about updates. I'm going to talk about how things are going here in Sri Lanka. So if you have any questions, please post in the comments, and I will be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. And great first question from Nashidum. I'm sorry if I butcher that. That is a very hard consonant to hit. Gotta have my breakfast. I'm having curd and banana. We're going to talk about some interesting things about diet and exercise. And back from Cebu, I've only been back I landed Thursday. Today's Wednesday. So 6 days. And I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm apathetic. I really miss Cebu. And the thing I miss the most is my friends. Every day, I'm texting with Paul and Terry, even Bruce, connecting with him. He's coming back in May, and then August again. Terry is still there. He was supposed to leave a couple of days ago. Happy April Fool's Day. It's April Fool's Day. It's weird. It's something that is done in Sri Lanka or in Korea. And I have two friends who are actually born on April 1st. My friend April, obviously, who I've known for, 40 years. She's a sweetheart. I remember I met her. She was the sister of one of my friends, and she was such a sweet little girl. I mean, I was like 18 or 19, and I always told her sister, I said, your sister's going to be famous. She's going to be a model. She's going to be an actress. She's going to be something because she's absolutely stunning. And she turned out to be an actress, and she was actually in Playboy too, as well. She's very, very, not very famous, but she's famous. So good on her. We're still friends today. I chat with her once in a while. And then my friend, my old boss, the owner of my club I used to work at, it's his birthday today too. Happy birthday, Keith. Oh yeah, you are 12 hours behind, so it's Tuesday night for you. That's right. I remember you. We talked before. I told you about how many times I used to drive down to Belle Isle and Detroit to go to a record store, and I can't remember the name of this famous record store in Detroit, but I remember going there and then going to Northland, Southland, Eastland to go to a women's clothing store for my girlfriend at the time. This is before the internet. This is 35 years ago. Anyway, I have huge news coming right now. For drum roll, I am back in Cebu in 45 days. 44 days. 44 days. May 16th, I am landing in Cebu. I've already paid for my condo. I put down a deposit on the condo. I've calculated the budget that I require to return, flight tickets. I was going to hide it from Paul and just show up and just freak him out, but he watches the vlogs, so he would have learned from the vlogs that I'm coming back. Because I'm not going to I can't keep it a secret. My first and only coffee of the day. Which sugar? The only sugar I consume, the only processed sugar is one tiny teaspoon in my coffee in the morning. That's it. Otherwise, if I drink a second coffee, it's an iced coffee with no sugar, no milk, or a black coffee with no sugar, no milk. My diet has drastically changed. Again, I use ChatGPT. I'm going to talk about ChatGPT and how I use this incredible tool that just gets better and better every single day. I'm a tech guy. I grew up in technology. I grew up in the internet and products and services because I worked in technology. I worked for the phone company. I had one of the first computers ever. My dad provided me with a computer, a Commodore 64. Our school had computers. Where I lived in Bradford had the first cable internet. I beta tested the first cable internet, 1 megabit per second. Oh my God, it was so fast. It was so fast. I loved it. I was huge into the internet. I was huge. People's record, I can't remember. I really can't remember. It was 35 years ago. It could be. It doesn't hit me. It doesn't hit me in the face as to that's the name. For example, the one in Toronto was called Play the Record. Play DE Record. Or DA, Play Da Record. I think it's still open, and the guy's name is Eugene. But the reason I know that because I was there every weekend, and he's very famous. But the one in Michigan, in Detroit, I can't even remember where it was. I just know that we used to drive on Gratuit all the way. Not Did we go past 8 Mile? And the reason I know 8 Mile, not from the famous song, but that's where it goes from downtown to uptown. And it was so cool about back in the day. It was so cool that you're driving down the road and the traffic lights are one light hanging in the middle of the road with 4 lights around it. And the median was not grassed or anything. And in the corner, there was a liquor store and a gun shop and a convenience store and a check cashing store. That's it. And then the next intersection, blah, blah, blah. 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 mile. And once you pass 8 Mile, then the medians are grass, there's tree lined, and there's boutiques and, nice stores and everything. So it was you could see the change between the downtown and the uptown. It was really interesting demographic to see that. Every corner had two check cashing stores, gun shop, and a convenience or liquor store. So I'm here in Sri Lanka, living at my parents' home. Glad to be back, but it is hot here. Like it's 36 degrees Celsius, 35 degrees Celsius. Today it's cold. It's 29. It's actually cold. I didn't have to turn on the fan today. I don't mind 28 to 32, but once it gets above 34, and 70 to 80% humidity. Because we had a little tiny bit of rain last night, and it's supposed to rain again on Monday. I hope it does. So I'm back at work. I am working. Unfortunately, I lost one contract that I was supposed to, that I was really looking forward to getting, because after all the humming and hawing by the client, they said, "Oh, well, we would like a Korean teacher." And I'm like, why waste my time? Ask me if I'm available, set me up, make me put you on the schedule, get me excited. The excitement is that it was 5 days a week, 90 minutes. It was a huge amount of money. It was basically more than my monthly budget for the Philippines. I could have lived off of that one contract. That's it. 90 minutes a day. And that's how much I would have to work to pay for my Cebu life. But yeah, didn't work out. And then I lost 2 hours, but I'm gaining back 2 hours starting tomorrow. So yeah, that's what it doesn't. That's why being a freelancer doesn't piss me off anymore, because um, I lose a contract, I get a contract back. It always works out in the end. Always works out in the end. Um, what else is going on? So let's see here. Oh, guys, can you please join my Facebook page? All right, join my Facebook page and go to Facebook and search out "Retire in Southeast Asia with Sammy" and join my Facebook page. That would really help get that channel out. Um, I have to try to get my channel in front of other people just like you. Um, I got a lot of traction, drive, and views, but I need to focus on from my two videos. And those are one of the first videos I ever made. And back in November, December, those two videos went viral, and it's what got my channel monetized. But those people watching that those people who joined my channel were predominantly Sri Lankan or Sri Lankan expats, and they didn't come back to watch it, but and they didn't delete from subscription. So I mean, that video 20,000 views, where on average my videos get 200 to 500 views, right? So 20,000 views on a video that is 6 months old is incredible. And then another like 8 to 10,000 on another video, but they're both Sri Lankan videos, and they didn't really, they drove a lot of traffic and they drove a lot of new subscribers, but that's not who I want. Who's watching my videos? You guys, men in America, over 55. So I need to focus on you guys, and I would like your help in helping me get my channel out by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting. Okay, if you do that, then the algorithm sees that and then pushes it towards other people just like you. And if you guys can help me, it will just go a long way to building the channel out. So join the Facebook page, like, comment on Facebook. That would really help, because this app here, I can actually transmit to Facebook and stuff like that. But it's a paid service, and I don't feel that the value of the paid service is enough to pay for the multi-streaming. So I could stream to up to 30 channels, but none of those channels my demographic watches. My demographic uses Facebook and YouTube. They don't use Instagram, Kick, Twitch, all of those other streaming websites. They don't use those. So my demographic is you men in America, in the US, in Canada, in Europe, in Australia, New Zealand, who are 55 plus and interested in retirement and would like to understand. So here, let me go down the list of things that are happening now. Number one, I'm heading back. Number two, the budget. Number three, how am I going to live? Number four, the list of things that I have to do before I go. Why did I come back home? Well, number one, I needed to take care of some legal business here in Sri Lanka. I need to open up a credit card account because my Korean accounts are ending. My visa in Korea is expired and I didn't renew it, not interested in renewing it because I'm close to retirement and didn't feel the need to go all the way back there just to renew it. By the end of this year, my contracts will expire. And the other company that I work for is an online company, so it doesn't matter whether I have a visa because they're based in America. So I don't have to worry about legality or anything like that. Then I need to set up, then I needed to take care of my power of attorney. I need to give that to mom so that in the event anything disconnects or deletes, I have her to go and take care of it for me. So for example, my bank account, for some reason my card fails or whatever, what have you, she can go and get it taken care of for me. Also need to finish up my will, get that registered. So I have a lawyer here who took care of my some other things for me last time, and she said, yeah, no problem, power of attorney, we'll take care of that for you. We register it, and then you can take it to the bank and register it with the bank. So there's two places I'll go, is to the bank, to my broker, and to my cell phone company. Those three companies, and get it registered. That way, anything goes wrong, she can take care of it. Darren, how's it going? Oh yeah, you're here. Welcome to Sri Lanka. Hey, it totally just slipped my mind. Let me tell you, Darren, it's probably not going to happen this week because I totally forgot it's Good Friday. On Friday, it's Good Friday. So I have some obligations with mom because she's Catholic, and we're doing a family thing. So not going to be able to make it even Thursday night. She said I'm not going to be able to make it. So sorry about that this time. Hey, you can always come to Cebu and meet me in Cebu. We can hang out there and enjoy life down there. I hope you're enjoying this bloody hot weather, my friend. Oh my gosh. I can handle it. I don't know. How can you handle it? I don't know, okay? I don't know how you can handle it. But please, stay safe. Take it easy. Drink lots of water, and please wear a hat, and take care of your health when you're here, okay, buddy? I don't need to have you get sick or anything like that, okay? Yeah, so I have a list of things I got to do. And I took your advice. I'm not going to sell everything. I'm going to take a little bit of profit. And and then just like keep like some of the core assets. So like, for example, I have some stocks that are doing 200-300%, and I have other stocks that are just like, riding along, and they're going to continue riding along because they're purely dividend stocks. Like they're buy and hold long term. So for example, Ceylon Tobacco is a dividend stock. It's only 45%, and it's a big part of my portfolio. That one pays incredible dividends, so I'm just going to take profit out of my dialogue, which is 257%. I'm going to take profit out of that, and I'm going to reinvest it into the stable dividend stock. And because the markets are all in the positive the last couple of days, and the news coming out of Washington is positive. It's not positive. It's indicating an end is in sight. So the markets are going to react to that. I'm going to wait another week or so, and I'm going to sell some gold, a little bit of gold, not a lot, a little bit of it, and then I'm going to put that into term deposits. So I'm going to spread things out a little bit. I'm going to take some profits and I'm going to reinvest in profits. I'm going to take your advice. And the effect of the situation in the Middle East on me in Sri Lanka, not a big deal because we don't go anywhere. And with the fuel rationing, we have fuel. I mean, I was out and about on when was it? Saturday or Sunday? We were out and about shopping. So I didn't see anything. There was no lineups. There was like 2 people at the gas station. There's plenty of fuel. I mean, obviously the price has gone up, but again, for my family, the price increase is not a burden to our budget because we obviously import money. Yeah, I was thinking about starting a second channel, but it's a lot of work. Having a second channel means double the work, and I just don't have the time. This channel takes up a lot of time, especially when I'm doing vlogs every day and 2 live streams a week. It's just not practical. And here's the other thing is that I'm only here for another 6 weeks. Financially, the Sri Lankan market, like locals in Sri Lanka or Sri Lankan expats, is a good thing because they're based in Western countries, but there's not enough of an interest to build a channel based on Sri Lankan interests because I'm not going to live here. I'm moving to, I don't know if I've been very clear about it, but when I leave May 16th, I'm gone for 2.5 years. The plan is I'm going to come back for Christmas 2028. 27, 28. Sorry, Christmas 2029. Christmas 2029. So, it'll be a long time before I come back to Sri Lanka. Paul, good morning. Good luck, brother. I just finished my workout, my Wednesday workout this morning. It is 10:30 for you, but it is 8 a.m. for me. So I did my workout about an hour ago, hour and a half, and I hope you heard. I am back in 44 days. 44 days. I'll be back, brother. So when you get a chance to go to when you get the manager to go to pick up the deposit, let me know. Text me, and then I think I send you Windsor's. I'll check on my phone. Uh, Windsor's contact info so that you can arrange to send him the money. Yeah, not a new shirt. It's just a comfortable shirt. It's very baggy and cool. So that because it's so hot here. It's so hot. Sorry, can you guys give me 1 second? Sorry, guys, I had to close the blinds. Um, okay, thanks, Paul. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, so contact Windsor and just speak to him about how to get him the cash, either Gcash it to him or go to his office. You can pick up a receipt, or he'll text me a picture of the receipt. It's not that important. Um, one of the things I learned, I didn't complain about it, but one of the things I learned in rental is that they didn't mention to me the cleaning costs that they would take out of the deposit, and the fact that they charge me for cleaning the um, air conditioner. So they charged me 2,000 pesos, was about $45 for cleaning the air conditioner. 500 pesos, which is about $10, $8 to clean the grease trap, which I never used because I didn't cook. And $20 to deep clean the condo. I understand that they have to clean, but to charge me for it, yeah, I should have disclosed that in the original um, deposit, security deposit. All right. So I have to write the will. I actually made a to-do list. So I have to write the will, power of attorney. I have to get new bank cards from Sri Lanka. I have to get a new driver's license. I have to reallocate my investments, and I have to. Mom wants me to switch the ownership of the car from dad to my name. So when we go to get my driver's license renewed, then we'll do that at the same time. Um, yeah, they did, and I'm not going to argue about it because there's just no use arguing about it. I 800 pesos. I'm not gonna fall on that sword because here's the thing. I don't want to burn any bridges, especially with Leah, and Uh, they did okay by me for the time I was there. They took good care of me, and for 800 pesos, which is like $11, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. The reality is that they're in a business, and that's what they have to do. You know, I I haven't had a landlord yet that didn't try to nickel and dime me when I left. My God, my landlord, both my landlords in Korea, the last two that I had, my God, they waited till the last minute until I had no choice but to accept what they were doing because the moving trucks were there. It was ridiculous. But, that's the cost of not owning. That's the cost of renting. You have to accept it. You don't have to accept it. You should be aware of it before you go in. So with my new landlord, I'm going to be very cross every T, dot every I. And Paul, I'm going to ask you to help me off. Help me with the new condo is to go in a couple of days before and make sure every that my checklist is taken care of. That there's no mold in the grout in the bathroom, in the kitchen, that the fridge has been cleaned, and that there's no bugs or anything like that. That all the cupboards are empty and clean. Um, that the stove top is working, the washing machine is working, the shower is clean of lime and calcium buildup, that all of the taps have been cleaned. Um, Toilet works, water pressure works, toilet seat is tight on the toilet. Like, that was a pain in the ass. Literally, every time I sat down, I'm sliding off the toilet. Um, that the inside of the toilet tank is mold free. People forget to check that. There's any kind of mold that grows anywhere, you don't want that. The other, like pull out the laundry where you put the laundry detergent and see that. The one I had, my God, it was like caked with crap, like that they had never cleaned it. I had to soak it in calcium lime remover for 3 days before it was usable. It barely opened. That the seals in the fridge, this is another thing that people neglect. The seals in the fridge of the door collect grime and dirt and hand skin cells because that's where you're touching the door, right? You're holding on to the door when you're leaning in looking. And over time, those skin cells fall in or whatever, and it just becomes a haven for bugs. And that behind the door, in the door itself, that they spray bug spray because that's where all the bugs live, inside the door of the fridge. It's crazy. It's crazy how many are in there. And inside the back of the fridge, that's where they live. We live in the tropics, water bugs and cockroaches. Those are what exists. Um, Now, I'm probably going to bring my big monitors as well. I have 28-inch monitors. I'm going to bring those with me because I have 40 kilos of luggage and I'm probably only bringing less than 20 with me to um, back to the Philippines. So I'm going to have enough luggage space to bring the heavy things that I need to bring. Also, the monitor stands and another big fan base for my computer. Paul, in my bag, in the travel luggage, there is a computer stand that you should use. I'm not gonna be needing it, so you can actually use that and lift your computer up a little bit so it's a little bit higher, so you don't have to look down. Bring it, lifts it up. Number one, provides more air circulation for your laptop. Number two, it lifts it up so that you can have it at more of an eye level, which is healthier for your neck and your back. So look for it in the carry-on luggage bag. That's all the computer stuff is in there. I'm 90% sure it's in that bag, one of those bags. So check it out. Anyway, guys, I need to update my driver's license because it's expiring in July. In Sri Lanka, driver's licenses last for 2 years. Now, here's the problem. My Korean driver's license does not expire for many, many, many years. Yeah, no problem, Paul. It's like, you can definitely use it. Let me see my Korean driver's license. I don't even have a picture of my Korean driver's license because I don't need it. But my Korean driver's license, I'm 90% sure, does not expire for a long time, whereas my Sri Lankan driver's license expires every 2 years, or requires renewal. Since I'm going away and I'm not going to be back for 2.5 years, it's going to expire. So, but what I'm going to end up doing anyway is switching to a Filipino driver's license. I'm going to have to, because after, I think it's 9 months or something like that, you have to switch. 6 months or something like that. You can't stay on a international driver's license. So I have an international driver's license. And when they sent it to me, it's strange. They didn't put an expiry date. They say, fill in the expiry date. And I'm like, oh, the expiry date that matches my driver's license. Okay, but I never did. And one cop who stopped me in Thailand a few years ago said, why is it? I said, I don't know. This is just how they sent it to me. I don't know what to do with that. It's a government document. What am I supposed to do with it? He says, okay, you should fill that in. I'm like, okay. Played ignorant. So 6 months. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, I'm gonna go to LTO and I'll get my Sri Lankan driver's license converted to a Philippine driver's license. So that shouldn't be an issue. I just hope they don't. Well, they can take my Sri Lankan driver's license. That's not a big deal because when I come back, I'll just get another one. But my Korean one, I want to keep that one separate because I'm probably not going back to Korea. I was invited to go to Korea. My friend would pay for me, but it just logistically, it's not. I was trying to figure out how to fly to the Philippines the cheapest. So I did calculations like, okay, I know exactly how much it'll cost on the flight, business class, Singapore Airlines with 40 kilos. That's what I want. I want the best seat with the most luggage. And then I went with a budget airline and upgraded their seats with food to the bigger seat, and then increased the luggage to like 35 kilos or 32, whatever it is that they allow. And the price was $200 cheaper. It's not worth it for me to do all of that. So, plus the fact that on Singapore Airlines, I have a $250 air mile credit. Not credit, but my air miles are worth about $250, which I can use to buy alcohol, which I will buy and keep for parties and stuff like that, which is what I did last time. I got $200 worth of free booze. Go figure. I mean, I didn't pay for the points. The points were given to me for flying, which is something that I was going to pay for anyway. So the alcohol is 100% free. In my eyes, I bought a bottle of Grey Goose and a bottle of gin. But I've also decided I'm not drinking any, no alcohol whatsoever, no sugar. So I've reduced the fruit, and I put into ChatGTP my health plan, my weight, my goal, my exercise plan, my diet, and all that. I mean, ChatGTP knows everything about me because it remembers. And it built a plan, and it says, in the morning I have coffee with sugar. Before my workout, I have eggs and curd because it's pure protein. Curd is protein. And then after my workout, protein shake with creatine, and main meal, chicken or fish, vegetables, just a little bit of rice. Mom has gotten me on sear fish, which means I don't have to take fish oil, omega-3 fish oil, because I'm eating fish 3 times a week. In the afternoon, I have more protein with curds and a little bit of fruit, tiny amount of fruit. But instead of pineapple, I'm having bananas now. So less sugar, more protein, and fiber. But because I want to maintain that fiber, the fruits give a lot of fiber. And then if I choose as a snack, black coffee, I bought nuts. So almonds, walnuts, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, flax, and a tiny bit of dried blueberries, like tiny amount. So I mix those all together, and I have less than a handful in the afternoon as a snack. And it's ChatGPT says I'm doing great. I made the plan out for 12 weeks, but I'm only going to be here for 6. I'm not going to lose as much weight, Paul, but I'm pretty sure you're going to notice a difference when I come back and start doing kickboxing with you. Not kickboxing, I can start doing punching bag. We're going to start doing punching bag. You're going to teach me how to punch. For our cardio sessions, we're going to do that. So what else? I have to start figuring out what I'm going to pack. Like, I'm going to take a lot of things from the house. I can't take the giant screen, the 38-inch big screen that I have. That won't fit in my bag. My bag's 35 inches. This won't fit inside of it. I would have taken it. It's only 7 kilos, but it won't fit. So it's staying here. I'm not going to take the sound system. I already have a sound bar in the Philippines. I'm taking the giant fan that I have for the laptop. It's a fan. It's a cooler stand, but you see those little ones that like 5 fans on a flat. No, this thing is a giant fan this big, and it sucks the air. Oh my God, it takes such good care of the laptop because it pre-filters the air before it goes into the laptop, so no dust gets inside the laptop. It's so amazing. Oh, Paul, in the computer bag as well, there is a small UPS that you can plug into your router, so that if there's a brownout, that the router will still continue to run for about 20 minutes without electricity. Or you can just plug everything into the fridge, which is what I did last time. If the router internet cable goes to the fridge, or just run an extension cord. I think there's an extension cord in there as well. Anyway, you go through everything and just use whatever you want. It's not a big deal. So ChatGPT gave me a schedule of when to eat, what to eat, when to take my supplements, when to eat everything. So it's just so easy for me to remember what to do. I put in my gym routine. It loves it. And Paul, oh my God, why are the weights here like 35 kilos here is much heavier than the machine weight at the gym? I mean, maybe they're not the same, like mislabeled or something like that. I don't know, but it hurt. I tried to do like the bench press and it was like, my God, that's way too much weight. I can't lift it. But then it's like only 25 kilos. I was pushing way more than that. I tried to find the last time we had a power outage. I tried to find it, couldn't find it. I had to use the fridge. Plus, that's close to where my laptop was anyway, so it wasn't a big deal. Anyway, I have to like pack a few extra things that I didn't bring last time, and I'm making a list. I mean, I'm still 6 weeks away, and I'm making a list. So today, stupid thing on my phone. I was like cleaning out my phone and stuff, and for some stupid reason, I deleted my eSIM card for Sri Lanka, so I have no phone service, and which means I have to go over to the store tomorrow. Today is a holiday, so everything's closed. It's a government holiday. Also, it's a full moon, which means it's a holiday regardless. Today's a full moon day, so because we're a Buddhist nation, everything's closed on a full moon day. And no alcohol today. So Saturday, Mom wants to get out of the house, and we're going to go to the Museum of Sri Lankan Natural History in Colombo and have a day out. They're having a, she said, some kind of presentation or event there. So we'll go to see that because in 2 weeks, it's Sinhala and Tamil New Year, which is a crazy, crazy weekend. On the weekend of the 12th. Gosh, everything's coming so fast. I have to go to the dentist. I don't know if I'm going to do the dentist here or if I'm going to wait to come back to Cebu and do it in Cebu because I think it's the same price. I can't remember what it cost here. But I'd like my dentist here to take a look at everything before I go back to Cebu because my dentist here is the one who did the work on my teeth. I have implants here. So he's the one who did the work. Yeah. Paul, God damn, I miss you guys. It's so boring. I miss you. I miss Angel. I miss Terry. I miss Bobby. Jeez, what am I going to do until I get there? So, yeah, tell Angel I said hi and looking forward to seeing both of you guys very, very soon. Also let me know, is there anything you want from duty free or is there anything that you want from Sri Lanka from like as a spice or tea idea? Like, obviously we have lots of spices and things like that, like cinnamon. If you want something like that, let me know. Just send me a message. What else is going on? Ooh, look at my list of things. I have to get everything taken care of. My banks in Korea. My Korean accounts go to Sarah, her address. My cards don't expire for another couple of years. So between now and then, when she comes to either Bangkok or Philippines, or we meet up in Vietnam or whatever, I'm going to get her to collect my cards and bring me the cards. This is what she did last time. One of my cards, what happened to it? It there was some fraud on my credit card, and they canceled it. And Sarah and I were in the Philippines, in Thailand, and my card got hacked or whatever. Not hacked, sorry. My card was scanned and compromised. And I know exactly where, at the Hard Rock Cafe in Pattaya. Because I gave my card over and I said, hold on to my card for the tap, which I shouldn't have done. And a couple of days later, there was like a couple $100 worth of Facebook credits on my card, and my card was blocked. All right, Paul, enjoy your workout, work hard, and take care of yourself till I get back. Okay, brother, thanks a lot. Love you guys. So the card, I called the credit card company and they said, well, we can contest the charges, but we're going to have to issue you a new card. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, send the card to my address and thank you. So they sent it, but at that time my address was Princess Jasmine, but she doesn't travel as much to meet me as Lady Sarah. Lady Sarah meets me all the time. So at that time, Lady Sarah was coming right back after 6 weeks to meet me in Vietnam. So there was 6 weeks between the time that we were meeting each other. We met in Thailand, and then 6 weeks later we were going to meet in Philippines. So I said, okay, Jasmine, take the card over to Sarah's house, give it to her, and she'll bring it to me. And they lived like right next to each other in Gangnam. So, but now since Sarah travels a lot to Southeast Asia, I said, let's just move the address to her. Also, Sarah is going to be my executor on my will. She's also going to be the beneficiary of my will because there's really nobody else I'm going to give it to. Sarah was saying, like, do you really want to give it to me? Why don't you want to give it to your family? I said, well, we're talking about something that's going to happen in 40 years. Number one, I'm going to, you're going to be old. I have nobody else. Eventually, if I get a girlfriend or a wife or something like that, then yeah. And she goes, you should spend it on yourself. I said, I probably will. There probably won't be anything left. Right? But in the event that something happens to me today, I'd like somebody to have it because I don't want it to go to the government. So, I mean, we even talked about it, like when she's 40 or 45, if she's not married, that she would marry me strictly for the pension benefits. Because in Canada, survivors get the benefit for the rest of their lives. So, that's something that I want someone to have because I paid into that. That's my money that I paid into the pension plan. My money, not the government's money. Sorry, just getting a message from my friend in Philippines. So, Terry, hey, brother. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I haven't seen you in a long time. How you doing, brother? I hope you're well and enjoying life. Let me take a look at something here. Sorry, people messaging me all over the place. There's this one. Okay, so you know how a blinds they have the rope that goes through the blind, and that is where there's a hole in the blind, right? Where the string goes up, right? And there is this one 5 minute window where the sunlight hits that blind, comes right in my face right here. Now, if I lean back here, the door jamb blocks that. But if I sit comfortably like this, it shines right in my eye for about 5-10 minutes. Hope things are going well in Vancouver, brother. I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen nor heard from you in a long time, so I'm glad to see you back. Yeah, I am back in Sri Lanka, living life here, um, getting ready, actually doing lots of plans, uh, starting this week. But because of the holiday, I mean, it's a Good Friday holiday. Um, oh, geez, everybody's texting me. Terry's texting me from Cebu. Tim is texting me from Cebu. Wow, everybody's texting me. All right, sorry guys. All right. Hey, Terry, don't worry about your time. I'm just glad to see you and that all is well. Um, so, as I was saying, things are going well here. I'm back in the Philippines in 44 days. I haven't bought the airline ticket. I'm going to buy the ticket probably in a week or two. Um, and Yeah, so I was talking about finding the cheapest way to get back. I mean, I can fly a cheap airline. I can go with no luggage and just buy things in the Philippines. But here's the thing, at the end of the day, at the end of the month, the budget, the expense of flying cheap and then buying the things that I wanted to carry with me, it works out to be the same as flying business class and carrying the things that I've already bought, right? So, and then the comfort level, it's the comfort level. You guys have seen the videos. Oh my God, the comfort level is just insane. I was very happy with the 737 Max. That seat was really good on Singapore Airlines. I got a really good seat. I was very happy with it. I'm definitely hoping that when I book my flight that I'll be able to get that seat. Now here's the beautiful thing. When I do my booking, I have to check online if that booking is allowed. They allow you to reserve a booking for a cheap flight cost without having to pay for the flight in full. Let me see if I can do that. There is a fuel shortage there, and the problem is that there's lots of hoarding, and the government hasn't cracked down on the hoarding as they do here in Sri Lanka. Um, so the price of fuel has gone up 100% in the Philippines. So where it was 52 pesos a month ago, it's now 99, 100 pesos today. That is a huge amount of difference. It's 100%. In Sri Lanka, it's gone up 20%, which is not that big of a deal. So, yeah, it is a big deal. But one of the good things about where I live in Mactan Newtown is everything is just right there. I don't have to travel. I don't have to travel at all. So it's a bonus for me. I can walk everywhere and get everything I need. So let's see. What else? I mean, we're coming up on an hour. I have to get breakfast going. Um, yeah, I got to start working on the will. I got to start working on the power of attorney information so that when I go to the attorney with these details, she can create the um, to get the details so she can create the document and then get it registered. Sri Lankan fuel situation is fine for us. For the Sri Lankan people, I don't know because again, I just arrived like 5 days ago and I haven't been traveling. We have fuel. We have full tank of gas, and we have two jerry cans filled that been filled since years ago that we rotate through. Um, so we get, I can't remember how many liters a week we get as a ration, but what we do is um, we stay within our ration. So we are allowed 20 liters of fuel. If we don't use 20 liters, we siphon off a little bit from the tank and put it into a jerry can, and then fill up the tank on the next cycle. Every week, the QR code resets, and we're entitled to another 20 liters. We barely use 20 liters a week, or if it, I can't remember how many liters we're allowed, but whatever our allotment, we barely use it. We went grocery shopping with mom a couple days ago. She went to Colombo yesterday to meet friends for lunch, and we're going to Colombo again on Saturday. Friday, we're going to visit family. Thursday, Friday, we're going to go visit family for Easter. So, yeah, nothing's changed. It's just, and see, being upper middle class in Sri Lanka, we don't have to go line up for fuel. That's what we pay the driver to do, and he goes and he lines up for it. I remember back in the original economic crash 4 years ago, Desmond would line up for 3 days for fuel. Um, I wouldn't say that Sri Lanka is managing well. What I'm saying is that the people are hurting. Yes, the people are hurting, but the government here, what I've learned and what I've seen, the previous government didn't really care for the people and just cared for themselves or their constituents or the upper class. The government today spreads the pain among everyone. Everyone is hurting, but everyone is hurting equally. Whereas in the past, the burden was more on the common man. Here, everyone is burdened, but the burden is equal. So it's shared amongst everyone. So it's an easier pill to swallow, is what I'm going to say. Yes, prices have gone up. Yes, things are bad. But from what I'm seeing and hearing is that the people are willing to take the pain because there is light at the end of the tunnel. The government is working and it's transparent. The government is very transparent these days. The people are seeing that the government is working towards solutions that will benefit the country overall. So a little bit of stress, a little bit of pain today. And then, sorry, why everybody? So my motorcycle club, I got talking about getting a motorcycle. I have a budget for about 1,000 to 1,500 USD to buy a motorcycle in the Philippines. 1,000 for a used, 1,600 for a brand new one. I don't want a big bike, but cruiser. Yeah, prices will come down as the global economy recovers, and that's going to happen. I mean, it happened. It happened years ago in the previous war. It happened in the Kuwaiti war. It happened in the Yemen war. It happened after 9/11. You know, um, so prices go up. That's the fact of life. And if you don't factor in inflation into your budget, then it's really your fault. You shouldn't live on that. Oh, 25% is crazy. Some countries are 40, 50%. So, it's a big deal. 25% I don't think is correct. It's 25% on average. But we pay electricity in blocks. So the first block is this much, the second block is this much, the third block. So if you maintain conservation, you don't pay a lot. I think the 25% is on average, it's gone up. But if you maintain low energy use, and we do because we use 90% of our power comes from solar. The only time we use electricity is at night to run the fans. We don't run air conditioning. So our same we don't use our power bill is very low. It's like negligent. So we don't really worry too much about electricity. And again, being that we import money, even a 25% increase, if it was 25%. I saw the price increase yesterday. It wasn't 25%. It was each block was a different price, and as you go up in blocks, the price goes up more. So it wasn't on average 25%. It was at the maximum 25%. At the lowest amount, I think it was 6%, as I recall. I have the I have the page. I saw the page anyways. Yeah, that's why I factor in a percentage for inflation in my budget plan, so that every year I know that my expenses are going to increase because of inflation, cost of living, and healthcare. Healthcare is going to be a big thing. It increases every year based on my age. So yeah, 13% average. But again, we don't spend that much electricity. And the average Sri Lankan doesn't spend that much on electricity. So, they don't have when I say average, the poor Sri Lankans, they don't have air conditioners. They don't run those things. So they don't spend 13%. Their electricity bill will go up by 6%, which is a huge deal for them. It is. I'm not trying to minimize it, but a lot of people have solar power. I see it everywhere. Even the poor people have solar panels. So, and here's the funny thing. A lot of people in Southeast Asia have gone through financial crisis over the last decade, be it Thailand, be it Vietnam, Indonesia. They've gone through political and financial crises over the last 10 years. So the people have learned how to live inside of a crisis. It's the Western countries that haven't had to experience these kinds of situations. Yes, my friend, 20 months from today. 20 months. That's it, brother. 20 months. Darren, you say that, but let me tell you something. The government here, they're not stupid. They're not going to, like the previous government, they're not going to jump at the first carrot that's dangled in front of them. The government here is very, very, very cognizant of long-term thinking, whereas the previous government, it was short-term and kept pandering to the stakeholders of their government. So today's government is kind of like, nah. Actually, from the news that I've heard, Sri Lanka is actively working with Russia, China, South Korea, and even politely declined an offer from Iran because we didn't have a tanker available. That the tankers that we've tendered have already been dispatched to South Korea, China, and Russia. So my opinion, the people here will survive because they've survived it before. There's the thing. What a lot of Westerners forget is that Southeast Asians have gone through crisis after crisis after crisis. So my thoughts are based on the experience that I went through 4 years ago with the financial crisis. Sri Lanka recovered. Sri Lanka recovered very well. GDP was up 7%, 5%, or whatever. What kind of negative sentiment is that? That in the last year before this crisis, GDP was up after 4 years of financial crisis. Again, Darren, that's your opinion. I disagree with. Your opinion can, is your opinion. You're entitled to it. I think from what I have seen, the government is transparent and showing the people that they're smart enough to figure out a way through this crisis. And I'm a guy, the glass is half full kind of guy. I don't, again, and that's because of the way I live. I don't need fuel to live. I don't need electricity to live. I need food. So as long as I can afford to pay for food, I don't really have an issue. We can run out of fuel. It wouldn't make a big difference to me. No countries are going to allow the power to go out. I mean, obviously Cuba, we can see the situation there, but that's of their own making. And I think that the reality is that most governments know from the previous situation and situations on how to navigate their way through this issue. I mean, Saudi Arabia built a pipeline to avoid the strait. All their fuel goes to the Red Sea. So they learned their lesson the first time this happened. So most countries are going to no, Canada doesn't need food and fertilizer controlled by Iran. Canada is very, very well off. There's no issues in Canada because Canada's fuel sufficient. So the further away you are from I don't really care about global politics, honestly. As long as the grocery stores have food and I have a beach, I'm honestly disconnected from the world right now. I have been for many, many years. Mom comes to me all the time. Oh, did you hear what happened? I don't care. I honestly don't care. I really couldn't care less. And that's what makes me so happy, is that I don't allow politics, even local politics, to bother me, because it's never going to change. And so what? So what? Like the world is going to starve. The world is going to starve? Is that actually what you're saying? That this is the end of the world? We should just all, bury our heads in the sand and stick our asses up in the air? Exactly, Terry. That's what I was watching on the news, is that Canada is now reaching out to countries that they didn't do business with before and offering up surplus fuel, because there's no place to put it. There's no storage. Right? So with the price of fuel right now, it's so profitable to pump the fuel out of. So Canada has more oil than most countries, but it's in the oil sands. So it's very expensive to extract oil from the oil sands. But when the price of oil goes up, then it becomes profitable to extract that oil, because extracting it is easy. It's just processing it is very expensive, to take the sand out of the oil that's in Alberta. But yeah, Canada has so much oil. From the stories I'm hearing, more oil than in the Middle East. The other thing is that there's stories I'm hearing that Sri Lanka has oil and gas, not oil, has gas offshore and that's an opportunity that could be explored. But we'll see. This will be over. Like, this is not going to be a 5-year war. This is not going to be a ground war. This will be over in weeks. It should have been over a while ago, but it's a political ploy. It's 100% a political ploy, and it'll be over before you know it. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. You can mark it down on a piece of paper, and if I'm wrong, I'll eat it. And there's always alternatives. There, Darren and Terry, there's always alternatives. They're not cheap. The alternatives are not cheap, but there are alternatives. Just look at what Germany did with years ago when Russia shut off the fuel. The prices went up. Everybody says, oh, it's the end of Europe. But after 6 months, things settle down. People will always find a solution, right? If my arm gets cut off, does that mean that my life is over? No, I adapt. And that's what governments do. They will adapt. Okay? They're not going to try to go back to the way things were, or try to replace the things. They will find an alternative solution, which is just exactly what a government is supposed to do. But there are areas of the market that look at it and panic. And just look at the stock market. I mean, it just went up and down and up and down. And I'm like, I don't care. It's up. The market hasn't opened yet. Oh, it's closed today. The market is closed today because it's a holiday. But it was up yesterday. And I'm like, so what? Anyway, guys, I have to get going. I got a ton of stuff I need to start taking care of. What was I going to say? I want to thank everyone who is supporting. Terry, Darren, you guys are great. Paul. Darren, I will do it live with you in Sri Lanka. All right, brother? I miss you. You're the best. You're my number one supporter from day one. I truly love and appreciate you. And again, people ask me, how do I stay so happy? Because I don't judge people. I may not agree. I may have difference of opinions, but that doesn't mean you're a wrong person. Okay, that doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means you're different and you're passionate about what it is. And that's what I love about people who are different than me. They are passionate, which means that they care. And deep down, it's not about the politics or the financial, it's about the heart. And I say it all the time about Terry. Not Terry Yu, my friend Terry in the Philippines. He has some huge issues with certain kinds of people, certain kinds of politics. And he does not like, and he gets very angry and he gets very upset. And it bothers him a lot. And I keep telling him, brother, why do you care? Look at where you live. Look at the girlfriend you have. Look at the life you have. Can you imagine your friends living here and arguing about the stupidness that's going on in the world right now? And he says, you're right. He says, have you ever been happier? You were supposed to be here for 3 days. You're now here for 4 freaking months. He says, you're right. When you can share your joy, I've made that move to where I became happy with what I have, not bitter about the past or pessimistic about the future. I just live every day loving life, brother. And here's the thing, Terry, I don't rely on that. I make my own way. CPP and OAS will be a bonus. Okay, it'll be a bonus. I don't rely. Even my inheritance, I don't factor that in. Although it's coming, and it will put me way over the top, but it's not going to come for another 40 years, at least. Well, no, sorry. Minimum 20, 25 years I have for inheritance. Mom will live to be 100. She'll live to be 100. But what I want is I want her to spend all of that money on herself. So when dad passes, she'll sell this house and she will move into a luxury residential retirement community where she can socialize and be active, because that's what she is. Oh, no. Terry, let me tell you something. I'm collecting it. 100% I'm collecting it. And I'm collecting it starting right at 60 and right at 65. I'm not waiting that bullshit thing, no, I'm taking the money right away because I'm going to live to be 100. So I'm going to make my money on the back end. Okay. Whereas people wait till 70 and then only collect for 2 years because they die 2 years later. No. I'm collecting from 60 to 95. I'm planning on living to be 95, 100 years old. So I'm collecting for 40 years. And then on top of that, my friend is 25 years younger is 25 years younger than me. She's 25 years younger than me. If she's not married by the time she said 45, she'll marry me and she'll get all my benefits. So another, what? So let's say I die at 90. She'll be 55. She'll be 65. Yeah, she'll be 65, which means she has another 30 years of benefits that she will get. So the government of Canada will be paying out for 70 years my benefits. 70 years. So I'm not going to let that money sit there. My money is coming back to me. The government used that money for 40 years. They're going to pay me back for 70 years. Terry, Darren, guys, please be good to each other, be kind, be safe, be happy, be healthy. I really want to thank everyone for joining and supporting the channel. Please join the Facebook page, Facebook, Retire in Southeast Asia with Sammi. Join the Facebook page, like and comment, support the channel. Let's get this channel going. I see it starting. I see sponsors reaching out, but they're the wrong kinds of sponsors. They're not the kinds of sponsors that will pay me. They're the kinds of sponsors who, if someone buys, then I get paid. So they're affiliate sponsors. I don't want that. I will do a commercial for you. I will sponsor your product and then you pay me. I've even been reached out to by Google Analytics. I've been reached out to by a few others. My current Restream, which is the company I'm using to do this service, I've reached out to them because they are advertising huge right now. They're on a huge marketing push. So I reached out to them and said, listen, I love your service. I've been using it. Let me know what I can do to support your product because I love it. It's the best one. I used a different one and I didn't like it. Yours is the easiest one to use, blah, 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 and all that stuff. So hopefully I'll get an answer back from them. I'm actually reaching out to Singapore Airlines to talk to them about you know, um, why I don't want free. I just want to be sponsored, especially on something that big, because my channel is still small. So like, why is it cheaper? Why is it better to fly business class than to try to upgrade or buy the, like, so for example, you buy business class, you get everything included. You go to Air Asia and you buy an economy class ticket, and then you buy extra luggage, you buy the better seat, you buy the food, you buy the lounge pass, you buy the priority gate or priority boarding so that you can get, overhead luggage. You buy the extra cabin luggage, you buy this, you buy that. It works out to be the same price. So I want to talk to them and say, listen, I would love to make a video like this. Can I work with your team to, hit these points? So I send a message to their marketing team. That's what I've been doing, is reaching out to the people that I currently do business with, and telling them, listen, I want to talk about more about your products. Guys, be good to each other, be kind, be supportive, be helpful, be lovely to each other. And remember, I love you all, no matter what. Darren, please take care of yourself in this weather. It is really, really hot, like insanely hot. And have a safe flight back home, and hope business goes well for you. All right. I'm Sri Lankan Sammi. Sammi in Cebu, wishing you all well. We'll see you all on the